Hi there. Do you know that the book of Proverbs is all about wisdom, which should be passed from generation to generation? Verse 6 of Proverbs 22 still emphasizes us. It asks us to bring up a child by teaching him the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn away from it. There's a lot in this verse that still reiterates other chapters. It talks about training a child. It talks about the mouth of a sinful woman. It talks about turn your ear and hear the words of the wise. It's just really talking about getting wisdom. I am tempted to not want to read the whole verse, but that's the whole essence of the Bible challenge, which is to read, to make us read and understand, gain understanding. So I'm just going to go ahead to read chapter 22, which is from verse 1 to 29, and let's just quickly read. A good name is to be chosen instead of many riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. A wise man sees sin and hides himself, but the foolish go on and are punished for it. The reward for not having pride and having the fear of the Lord is riches, honor, and life. Thorns and traps are in the way of the sinful. He who watches himself will stay from them. Bring up a child by teaching him the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn away from it. The rich rules over the poor. The man who uses something that belongs to someone else is ruled by the one who lets him use it. He who plants sin will gather trouble, and the heavy stick of his anger will break. He who gives much will be honored, for he gives some of his food to the poor. Send away the man who laughs at the truth, and arguing, fighting, and shame will stop. He who loves a pure heart and is kind in his speaking has the king as his friend. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over much learning, but he destroys the words of the man who is not faithful. The lazy man says, there is lion outside, I will be killed in the streets. The mouth of a sinful woman is a deep hole. He with whom the Lord is angry will fall into it. A foolish way is held in the heart of a child, but the punishing stick will send it far from him. He who makes it hard for the poor by getting more for himself, or who gives to the rich will become poor himself. Turn your ear and hear the words of the wise, and open your mind to what they teach. For it will be pleasing if you keep them in your heart, so they may be ready on your lips. I have taught you today, even you, so that your trust may be in the Lord. Have I not written to you great things of wise, teaching and much learning, to show you the words of truth are sure, so you may give a true answer to him? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, or crush those who suffer at the gate. For the Lord will stand by them and help them and take the life of those who rob them. Do not have anything to do with a man given to anger, or go with a man who has a bad temper, or you might learn his ways and get yourself into a trap. Do not be among those who make promises and put themselves up as trust for the others owe. If you have nothing with which to pay, why should he take your bed from under you? Do not take away the old landmark which your fathers have set. Do you see a man who is good at his work? He will stand up in front of kings. He will not stand in front of men who are not important. Thank the Lord for today. So I'm just going to do a quick summary. 29 says, do you see a man who is good at his work? It talks about diligence. It talks about hard work. It says that when you're hardworking, when you're diligent, God will multiply your effort and you will stand among kings and queens. It's just a normal thing. You see people that have this skill high up there. They don't even need to really apply for jobs. Maybe it's just the first job they will apply. And with their skill and the good job they've done, you'll start seeing referrals. Oh, I know this guy that does this. I know this lady that does that. Hard work, good work, being diligent is really, really important. Now, verse 24 says, do not, and I repeat, do not have anything to do with a man given to anger. What I would say is, the Bible has already told us what not to have anything to do with anger, but more to add to it, someone who is given to anger and has bad temper, but does not understand that, or is not willing to change. I think that's the most important thing. If you're willing to change, maybe, but if you're not, do not have anything. The Bible already says, do not have anything to anyone who is given to anger. Verse 18 says, 17 and 18 says, turn your ear and hear the words of the wise, and open your mind to what they teach, for it will be pleasing if you keep them in your heart, so they may be ready on your lips. It's just emphasizing the fact that roll with the wise, be with the wise, and you shall become wise. Guard your association well. Guard your association well, because you're going to become them. You're going to become them. This is all encompassing, and if we're just going to keep talking, then it means we are going to keep talking on and reiterating what has been said in previous chapters. May the Lord guide us. What I want to say about this Proverbs reading is, the more chapters you read, the more emphasis on how you should live your daily life in terms of seeking wisdom. In all you're doing, in all your dealings, get wisdom, because from wisdom you would know literally how to do everything. Do have an amazing day, and see you tomorrow being day 23. I love you guys. Bye-bye.